Greeting, hello everyone. My name is Olwa Joseph, a trainer with Africa on It for Google Digital Skills Program. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience. We had a technical issue from the beginning when we were starting, but we thank God we are live now. As I mentioned, my name is Olwa Joseph, a trainer with Africa on It, and together with me is our moderator, Evans Rabari, who will be at the chat box moderating this particular session just to ensure that we get the very best out of this today's session. So feel free to share with us where you're joining us from, some of your expectations for the session today, and let us know where you are joining us from and even how the weather is like from where you are, and then it will be good time for us to learn together. So this is going to be an interactive time, interactive moment from where we are going to share more on how you can navigate the world of work. So I can see Ivan Sabari, my moderator, is already inviting us for the session. Japheth Tindi is already with us. Hi Japheth, how are you? And we also have Han Mondo. We're waiting. Yes, we are here, Han Mondo. Hannah Mondo. Great. So I'm glad that we are here and we are going to kick off our discussions. And in our today's agenda of discussion, we will be discussing navigating the world of work. And to allow us understand this particular topic, we have broken it into three segments. The first one will be an introduction to the internet and search engine. Then we will bring awareness and help you discover the work opportunities available online and understand market trends and the changing world of work in our second agenda. And in our last agenda, we shall be discussing how to stand out to employers. So let's just take a minute or two again and make sure you are able to access our chat box. That is the place that we will be able to communicate. That is the place where you'll be able to put down your questions and be able to share with us some of your learnings, even as we move forward. So, to kick us and get us started, I want to ask you this question: what is your dream job? What is your dream job? So feel free to share with us at the chat box some of what exactly is your dream job as a person. Which job are you dreaming to have? Feel free to share with us. All right, feel free to share with us at the chat box, and let's get to learn from you. All right. I'm good. My lights are back, and I can see Jeffrey Stindi saying jua kali, jua ndio kali kiasi. Oh, thanks for sharing, Jeffrey, how the weather is where you are. So exactly where is that jua kali, Jeffrey? Where exactly is that one? On Mondo is sharing wish to be a manager. Great. And Mondo for sharing. What exactly do you want to manage? I believe you can. What exactly do you want to manage? I believe there is an interest from a particular industry or a particular maybe a job or job category or institution. Where exactly do you want to be a manager? And what do you want to manage? Feel free to share with us at the chat box so that we get to learn together and get to hear from you. It's nice having you guys. So that's your thoughts. Keep on coming. So into our first agenda, we will be sharing on online world of work. We'll be having a look at the online world of work. So uh, the rapid advancement of internet has created significant changes to our everyday lives. This is from ordering shampoo online to starting a romantic relationship, right? You- The internet has affected how we communicate, how we learn, and how we express ourselves. So today we are surrounded by opportunities to not only connect with work, but with the work we can be passionate about. So we'll realize that with the internet, a lot has changed. So let's move forward and look at what is behind this particular change. What is behind particular change? The answer is the internet. So what exactly is the internet? So when we mention the internet, this we refer to connection. And this connection is connection of devices. These devices are digital devices. Where are they? Across the world, across the globe. And how are they connected? It could be through wireless signal, and some use other technologies, including wired, or we call them cable, and even fiber optics. So when we put that together, we can define internet as massive combination of billions of computers and other digital devices worldwide connected through cables and wireless signals. My definition maybe I've skipped the optical fiber because optical is not a cable. Maybe could not maybe be having signals, wireless signals, but there is signals there. But if you feel like my definition has locked out maybe fiber optics, feel free to bring it together and include fiber optics and include it at the chat box so that we can also learn from you of your definition. So ideally, it's just a combination of digital devices across the world, and these particular devices has a way to which they can communicate. So sometimes the internet is referred to as net. Commonly we think people seen a net. I don't have net, so great. And the internet is a network of networks that operates around the world as if it were one. So open standards enable this network of networks to communicate. This makes it possible for everyone to create content, offer services, and sell products without requiring permission from a central authority. So the global internet is run by service providers, individual companies, university, governments, even other people. And we interact with the internet more than we realize. Today, we use the internet in many ways. What are these some of the ways that we use the internet for? I believe you have grabbed two or three. Feel free to share with us at the chat box and we'll be having a look at them. But let's have some uses of internet and how people are using the internet. So the internet is broadly used today and serves many different functions in our society and everyday lives. The first one, people use internet to browse websites to find information. So people can find information on almost any imaginable subject. Tons of resources of information can be found through a search engine in just minutes. I believe since morning we have done a lot of browsing on our internet. If that one's true, share some of your discoveries at the chat box so that we may learn on the new things you did discover while browsing the website. Any information, anything you did find. Oh, great. Another thing, the internet, we use the internet to communicate with people. Not only people near us, but even far away. So faster communication can be obtained through the internet. Stay in touch easily with friends and family through email and chat platforms on the internet. Platforms such as Skype allow for free long distance voice and video calls with everyone who can access it online. I've mentioned Skype as an example, but we have others too that have become handy. You remember one? WhatsApp. So today you can call your friend who is in South Africa or maybe United States or China through WhatsApp. Is China a bad example? It could be because in China, WhatsApp is not common. They use WeChat. Nonetheless, that's just a by the way. So the internet has provided various ways through which we can communicate. The next thing, what can we use the internet for? Find new opportunities. People also commonly use the internet to discover new opportunities that are available online. Job searching platforms allow users to identify opportunity easily and contact employer to acquire and connect. Can I give a crazy example? Some people may be in these particular webinars who are married, but they met their spouses online, and that process was powered by the internet, if it is true. So, we still have so many other ways that you can use the internet. The internet enabled technology to affect our daily lives. Let's look at some more examples. We also use the internet to entertain ourselves. And the internet offers entertainment for everyone. Yes, you can walk into a video show or a theater, you need to pay. So theater is not for everyone, but for them that are able to pay. But with the internet, so long as you have some bundles and connectivity, you can entertain yourself. Have you used the internet today to entertain yourself? If yes, are you free to share with us part of the entertainment so that we have some extension? All right? If yes, feel free to share with us at the chat box, and we will be much glad to entertain ourselves together with you. If you feel it's okay. All right. Again, we can use the internet to gain experiences. I remember I never knew how to cook chapati. So one day I decided to use YouTube video to bring up a chapati. The experience was not that good. It was my first time. My chapatis were having, guess what? Ears, fingers, legs, but I did it. That day I ate chapati with pojo, courtesy of my aunts and YouTube video. So you can also use the internet to gain experiences. If you have ever used the internet to gain some new experiences, feel free to share with us so that we can also get to learn on some of the ways that you have used internet to gain experiences. We also have online services. The internet provides the services like emails, online banking, online shopping worldwide. Online shopping enables someone in America to buy things in Asia and somebody somewhere in Africa get connected to somebody from Canada, orders something, and this is delivered to the person in Africa, maybe in Kenya, at just a click of button. So we have other online services that has been effected and realized through or by the power of the internet. So the internet is a big reason behind us spending so much time on these digital gadgets, right? These ones. Share your experience. What will happen today if you wake up in the morning and you don't have internet connectivity? I think even it will be okay for you to even leave your phone at home. There will be a fear like you are missing out on something. But with the internet, you are glad to have your gadget and you are glad to have it powered so that you can be able to connect with other people, to access the services that are online, to entertain yourselves, to communicate with others, among others. So let's have a look at what exactly facilitates you as a person to be able to access resources that are available over the internet. So in order to browse the web and access a lot of things we do online, we use search engines. A search engine is a web-based tool that enables users to locate information on the World Wide Web. So using a search engine is your first step to searching for pretty much anything online, including jobs. Have you ever interacted with search engines? If yes, let's name them. We start, let's go. Google, Yahoo, MSN Search, Dogpile, Okay, I've stopped. Which one exists again? No. Let's start again. Google, an example of search engine. Yahoo, an example of search engine. MSN, an example of search engine. Dogpile is an example of search engine. Uh-huh. YouTube is an example of search engine. Hmm. Facebook is an example of search engine. All right. Okay, I've just mentioned what is available for me. I know you have a lot in your list, so feel free to share with us at the chat box to be able to learn together as we move on. All right, so I have a question for us. Have you used the search engine to find a job before? Have you ever used search engine to search for job before? Feel free to share that in the chat box. Let's learn to get to understand if you have ever used search engine to search for job before, and that's going to be great to learn from you. And it's going to be a nice time understanding if you have ever used a search engine to search the job before. And it's good to be able to learn from you. Great. Have you ever used search engine to search for job before? Feel free to share with us, and I will be going through to see how people are interacting with us. So, have you ever used search engine to search for jobs before? Great. I can see Jomob, oh, I'm sorry for Jomob, manager in a big company. Thanks, and all the best. So share with us what are you doing exactly to be the manager in that big company. Feel free to share with us. It's good to learn that you want to be a manager, and I believe you will make it. Bet Paul Lotibo, hizo date za net wa mwadarasan. Okay. Thanks, Paul, for sharing your insights with us. Alright, utapata kiatu ulidhani maua. Alright, okay. Thanks, Paul, for sharing your thoughts with us. Some people actually did get use the internet to get a spouse, and some people are married courtesy of internet. Yes, they use the internet to connect. I believe some people have various experiences, but even offline sometimes you can be surprised. Even offline, sometimes you can be surprised. And I don't want to mention examples of surprises. All right. Nimewahi tumia Google kutafuta jobs za Brighter Monday. Thanks, Christopher Sako, for sharing your comments. Yes, you have used Google to search for jobs in Brighter Monday. So search engine is a source of us also be able to connect with jobs. So great. So let's move on and see our discussion, see on how we can move on and move forward. Okay, let's look at this now. Why do you have to use search engine to find jobs? So search engines are a fast way to search. Then you can use keywords then to help you identify relevant opportunities. And also, search engine is also a great way for you to discover new opportunities and expand your horizon and explore new roles. Right? So while using search engine on the go, today, even news, if you want to hear of anything, somebody is telling you, hey, there is this that has happened. What exactly do you do? When somebody tells you that exactly, yes, there is something that has happened, what exactly do you do? For me, the first thing will be pop on Google search, take a look at if there is any post. Yeah. If apart from Google search, I can go to Twitter and check on that. Check on social media, see if there is any updates on the same. So using search engine, sorry. So using search engine is a great way for you to do search. It's a fast way to get information, discover new opportunity, and even explore new roles. Great. So let's proceed, and I want to pause for a while and check if we have any question that is coming forward. Sorry, guys. Oh, guys, great, great. So any question coming so far? So feel free to share with us any questions that you have for us. We will be able to take a look at them and react to them. So if you have any question, you can post it now in the chat box, and then let us learn from you too and be able to help each other. If you have any question, or if you don't have any, you can share with us what has stood out for you since we began, some of the new things that you have learned so far, and it will be great. It will be great. If you are joining just now, feel free. You can introduce yourself and let us know where you're joining us from, and some of our expectations for today's session. Wonderful. So we want to dive deeper into our second agenda, and this is the changing world of work. The changing world of work. So the changing world of work. So as we dive into our second segment, I want us to have a look at this particular question. What skills do you think employers want? What exactly are the skills or some of the skills that you think employers want? So feel free to share that at the chat box. Anything that comes to your mind, just imagine you are an employer, right? Imagine that you are an employer. Which skills will you look for and expect from a candidate applying for a job, right? Which skills? Good, good. Feel free to share that at the chat box. Okay, I can see Paul Nico Paul Rabas. Great to have you. Searching engine Ziko Pinga. Quinta Mayaka search engine Ziko Pinga. I didn't get the question. I believe moderator will be able to pick it up and address it appropriately. And I see Joy Atieno, Hoya Wazito, Nawadao Niaje. Thanks so much, Joy, for joining. It's great to have you in our learning session today. And we are discussing how you can navigate the world of work. How to navigate the world of work. Great. So Joyce mentioning Evans is out, and Joy has come to help us moderate the session. So great to have you. I can see Paul interacting with Joy there. It's great to have you guys. So let's keep on learning. Let's keep on learning. Let's keep on learning. Keep your thoughts, keep your comments coming and your questions, and we'll be able to address them. Great. Now, digital has not only affected how we find things on search engines, but how we do things in our day-to-day lives. We not only use digital to find jobs, but jobs have evolved to include and depend on digital skills and digital literacy. According to a recent research article on Clutch, we find that 45% of businesses hire employees with technical knowledge. Get that? 45%. So if you are yet to be employed, you need to have some technical skills, and that was 45% in that particular result. So you need to increase your chances of being getting employed for in any organization by 45%. So you can increase your chances of getting employed by 45% if you go and have some technical skills or technical knowledge. And 50% of jobs require some degree of technology related skills. And then lastly, we have 77% of jobs will require technological skills in the next 10 years. This ideally communicates that as a person, you kind of need some technical skills to be able to remain relevant in the near future and even now. So the internet has majorly impacted how we live our day-to-day life, how we find and apply for careers, and how we conduct our responsibilities. So you'll find that with the internet has introduced another culture, and that one dictates how people even perform the duties that they need to attend to and even address the issues that they have. Right? So let's have some statistics that were carried out by the World Economic Forum on the future of jobs in Africa. So employers in Africa did report that a lack of digital skills in their workforce is a major business constraint. This was reported by 41 firms in Tanzania. 30% of this came from firms in Kenya, 9% firms in South Africa, and 6% of firms in Nigeria. So this skills instability stems from the fact that many jobs in the region are becoming more intense in their usage of digital technology. It is important to build a pipeline of future skills so that the people of Africa can engage in future-ready curricula that encourage critical thinking and creativity, as well as accelerate acquisition of digital skills to match the way people work and collaborate in this increasingly digital world. Great. So in South Africa alone, 39 of core skills required across occupation will only different by 2020. Look at that. And the World Economic Forum Africa Skill Initiative provides relevant new insight that brings together different business efforts to address future-oriented skills development and support constructive public-private dialogue for agenda and fundamental reforms of education system and labor policy to prepare our forces for the future job. So you can always take some of your time and visit economic forums for Africa Skills Initiative to get some insight and data that they do provide so that you get updated on how the digital is impacting businesses and how the need of having digital skills is quite necessary, and also you might understand the urgency in it. So as a person, you can reposition yourself and learn and be able to be relevant in these particular scenarios. All right. So let's have a look at how digital has impacted business. The impact of digital on business. Great. So digital has vastly impacted how businesses operate today in so many ways. The first case is innovation and creativity. Today, the digital has forced businesses to be innovative and creative. This is applies in all the aspects of business processes, from hiring and even execution of those particular business processes. You will find today, if a business, for example, will not be found online and be able to maintain an online presence that is in line with their offline presence, then they will be out of business. So you'll find that with the digital, today businesses are forced to be creative enough and innovative enough in order for them to remain relevant and also provide services that can be consumed by the current generation that have gone digital. If you look at even in educational sector, you find that if you remain with all your courses being carried out offline and people have to come to the classroom setup to learn, then you will find that you will be missing out. You find that the educational institutions have decided to be innovative and creative to provide some of their courses online. So you can take your courses online and even graduate online. You don't need actually to be able to physically visit that particular college. And then we have access to skills and learning. Today we have online platforms, we have open universities, specialized courses, among others. And people can access resources on the World Wide Web and get new skills and even learning. If you have ever enrolled for an online course and accomplish it, and you are confident enough that you actually did get a skill, you can feel free to share with us at the chat box so that we may be able to learn together with you. The internet has also impacted businesses and improved the speed of communication. Today, communication is fast. We have instant messaging, emails, virtual and video calls. So the internet has made businesses to be able to communicate in a faster, secure, and better way, so that they are in touch with either their clients, their partners, among others. So with the internet, there is also ease of access of information. If you want to do or get any information, you can go to the search engine and be provided with that particular information. Sometimes back we used to rely on libraries, maybe to get some piece of information, go and maybe find a book that you can get an information that you want. Sometimes it could take a while for you to get the right information, depending on which library you're attending to. Later, you could remember the El Canta library. I don't know, you remember it? It was like a kind of a digital library that you could go there and maybe have the learning. It was expensive. I only saw it in my high school, from where there was some videos, simulation of other process. If you want to see in geography, maybe how mountains erupt and the full mountain comes up. So we used to go to a computer lab and maybe there is a screen we can see. But today, with access to internet, things have really changed. So today we don't need a data library, we go online and get enough information. Then there is ease of collaboration. All right, ease of collaboration means today you have an information, a document, you can work together as a team, somebody working in one part and another one works on another part. You bring part one and part two, you combine together, part you're done. All right. So you'll be able also with collaboration, you are able to share even documents and files via emails, WhatsApp, even other platforms that exist. So digital vastly has vastly impacted how businesses operate today in so many other ways. So as we proceed, I have a question for us. Which industry do you think requires digital skills? All right. Feel free to share that. Which industry do you think requires digital skills? Feel free to share with us your thoughts at the chat box and we'll be able to go through. All right, we have David Andy joining us from Dar es Salaam. Great, David. It's nice to have you, Andy, joining us from all the way from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Hi, tell us more about Dar es Salaam. How is the weather like there? Okay. All right, Christine Mogile, kuna shule za free online with diploma hivi? Christine Mogile nauliza hivi. Great, Christine Mogile, thanks for that particular question. We have a lot of online resources that you can go and learn yourself. We have open schools. So if you go online, just use a Google, where we have various universities that offers open skills. Others are free, and you can attend the whole coursework and even do exams. But if you don't pay, they don't give you a certificate. So if you want to receive a certificate from them, then you have to pay. But others are totally free. So you might not find like a diploma in something being offered for free, but you can get courses on a special sector, maybe digital marketing, graphic design, or maybe management. So we have a lot of courses that you can get in open university like Coursera. If you visit that particular job, you can get some courses that have been listed. Admin, ita watu huwa hawaongei kwa class tuwajue. Great. Thanks Paul Lotipo for sharing that. I believe they will be coming so that we will be able to share with us too their insight. Great to have you, Paul. So let's move on with our discussion of today and see how where we can get to even as we keep on learning. So industry that requires digital skills. And the world is changing, so are the tools that we need to be able to succeed in the workplace. Let's look at the career opportunity in digital and the many jobs that have been created or evolved as a result of digital age. So one of the digital industries that require digital skills is marketing, right? Is it true? Yeah, marketing requires digital skills because today a lot of marketing is done online. where people interact with people online, and you need some digital skills to be able to understand what kind of audience should I like target, what kind of content resonate with these people, and you need also to be able to measure the result of your campaign. So digital marketing is a place that always require digital skills. We have the financial sector. In this we can mention example the banking. All right. So in the banking industry, a lot has changed. Today, if you go to a bank, you'll find that those big halls that were fitted with chairs, they have been reduced to very small segments, and you realize that the lobbies for ATMs are growing in size, and most of business banking services have been actually lifted offline, and people do them online. There is online banking, there is mobile banking. So a lot has changed in digital, especially in financial sector. So if you are working in that industry, there are a lot of opportunities that tend to be there. You need to go digital, remain relevant so that you can grow in that particular industry. Other sectors is hospitality and leisure. So things have changed. So this hospitality and leisure, for example, in this particular industry, today they have to go online to be able to connect with their clients, to do marketing, to be able to handle queries from clients. So this is a place that has also changed to require digital skills. And also, we have healthcare. In healthcare today, we have a lot that is taking place. We have digital doctors. We have systems that support particular hospital. Even when you look at hospital, you could be attended to through an app. Yeah. So when you look at even the insurance companies that handle health insurance, a lot of apps that have been created just to ensure that they're able to serve you well, and you are able to connect with them, and to be able to get their services. So things are changing. And another sector that's required digital skills, information technology. This is a larger area that vastly requires digital skills, because any other industry that requires digital skills need to be supported by this particular industry called information technology. So if other industry require digital skills, then information technology is an area that will really need digital skills, because they need to provide the tools, the services, the interfaces, the devices around which those particular industries can operate and be supported. All right. So we have in the media. When you look at media, look at social media, look at news, look at other items, we find that this particular area requires digital skills. Just let me ask. Sometimes back, right? It is a bit back, so don't ask me when I was born. We used to have a radio, and we used to listen to news, and people would come to our home place in the evening. At around 6 p.m. East African time, there was Radio Deutsche Welle from, I think, Germany. So with that Radio Deutsche Welle in Swahili, people could come just to follow up on news. And also at 7 p.m., people will gather in our place to catch up on news. But today things have changed. People don't like tune into radios. If they have to, then the radio maybe is online, an online radio. They have an app, or there is a web version of that particular radio. And even news, the way we consume news today is kind of digital. That is an area that actually has been affected. We also have in retail and wholesale, for example, shops and supermarkets. You realize that there is automation of so many other services that you don't need to physically go and count things. But we have tools and products that support the retail and shops to be able to track the products in, and be able to track what they have, and be able to know when to stock, and when to give an order. They even attract the income and expenses and balance their sheet. So you'll realize this is also an industry that requires digital skills. Education, now, This we have mentioned a lot around it. In education, we have virtual learning, learning tools, and this one requires digital skill, especially now. Okay. So, having discussed maybe the industry that require digital skills, let us now consider what digital careers are outside there. What are some of digital careers that are outside there? We have so many. We can mention in research. This is an area that really, as a person, you can still, it's still a virgin area. We still need tools because any organization, any business, or any business process to be executed successfully, you need data. And this data, you need to find a better way to collect this particular information. And given that people today are busy, having time to ask people to a questionnaire and tick and tick up your questionnaire, physical questionnaire, it's a challenge. So people will tend to maybe carry out this using online tools, and this is an area that really requires digital skills. And also another area is data analysis. This is also another great area that requires digital skills, in which you can collect data, analyze it, and get to visualize the data and get a report out of it that you can present. At this particular juncture, I do remind people sometimes back it used to be very hard for you to collect and analyze data, but with digitals, things have changed. We have tools that can actually help you collect data and automatically come up with a report for your case. Right? Great. Now, having looked at some of the digital careers that exist there, feel free to share with us if we have there is one that is remaining. I can also mention even preaching online today, even church services have gone online. That is an area that as a person you can try to tap into. All right. So other careers in digital include coding and also digital media specialists. So coders are still needed because every now and again human activities need to be simplified further. So we need to simplify things further. All right, you will find that the internet was there, tools were there, but we need tools that are light and are able to be shared efficiently so that we don't spend much on data. So coders are still needed. This is an industry that you can always tap into, and also digital media specialists. We still need them. This is also another area that you need to, as a person, you can explore. So having looked at digital careers in digital opportunities, let us look at the careers that have evolved to require digital skills. So in sometimes back, there are some careers that you never really needed to have digital skills. It was a necessity, right? But today you realize that it's important. Those careers have evolved to require digital skills. So we can look, for example, in retail assistance. So initially, retail assistant, they used to be there, count physically the product, be able to know how many are being sold, how many are remaining on the shelf, should we order some or not. Today, this has changed. There are tools that you know that these were ordered, so you go to your computer or maybe an application to be able to track this record. And in order to do that, you need some digital skills. You need to have some technical skills in digital, so to be able to be relevant and provide an interpretation from those particular devices or digital tools. Another career that has evolved to require digital skills is a receptionist. This was previously a physical person that need to go an office, sit in a desk, and be able to receive incoming customers, maybe people attending or visiting that particular office or organization, attend to their queries, and reroute them to the desired office or department. But today you realize most of these activities have been shifted online, and therefore a receptionist need to have some technical skills to be able to handle people using the digital platform. This could be replying to emails, replying to chats, and maintaining social media platforms. So, do we have any other sectors that have evolved to require digital skills? If yes, feel free to share with us at the chat box. Great. So let's look at demystifying some common myths about digital jobs. All right, there are some myths that have existed previously about digital jobs. One of them, it was digital job is evil in the society. People hear that you are on Facebook, all right, they say no, no, that is evil. A lot has been there in the society. Feel free to share with us even as we discuss these three. We have limited by qualification. So outside there, when you get to hear about digital, somebody going online, creating an online presence, doing one, two, three, you say, no, 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 I can't actually perform this. I don't have a degree in this, so I cannot perform this job. You don't actually need a degree in digital to be able to be relevant in this digital era. You only need your interest, and there are so many possible routes that you can actually follow. So digital is open for anybody, and there is no limitation by qualification. Remember, all are welcome. Despite you don't need to have a specialized background on something, but what you need to have is your interest. And when you are interested in digital, pick an area that you feel comfortable addressing, run with it, and remain relevant. So, yes, all are welcome in digital. Then we have digital is evolving. It is true, digital is evolving. So what? Should we run away from it? No. It is evolving for our better. It is evolving for our better. So at any given time, I can say the fifth industrial revolution is coming. People who will tend not to have a common discussion with people physically, people who may be attending a meeting and they are online, people who will wish to like connect with people digitally and not be able to meet you physically. So this is the generation that is coming forth, but with the change that it has, we need to upsell ourselves. We need to move a step forward and be able to catch up with it and understand that these changes are for our better. Just recently, there was a feature that it was introduced on IG, Instagram, called Reels. So when you use the feature, it's quite looking very nice. And there was also Fleet in Twitter. So those are the features that are coming. That more changes taking place, but for our consumption. Who knew? Who knew that TikTok will come? All right. We ever interacted with it? So things are changing, and TikTok was there. I believe another one will come that will be running or try to overrun TikTok. Yeah. So things are changing at a very high speed. Yes, but for our better, and all of us can keep up with the change. So I want to pause for a while and also move into our second last segment in which we are going to share on how to stand out to customers. Okay. Hiyo ukweli wengine hata nawaona hapa. Great, thanks Paul. Christine Mogire, what do I need to be a data analyst? I'm a researcher. Great. Thanks, Christine Mogire. What do you really need to be one? You only need to have skills around data analysis and research. So what you need, get a skill in data analysis, and they're always online. You can Google, use the search engine to Google skills in data analysis, okay, courses in data analysis or in research, and then we shall get some few courses that are online. You can be able to actually share one. If you have online, go online on even Coursera, or just do a pretty search engine. On search engine, you will be able to get some courses, and then check on where to start. I want to be analyst. What do I need? What exactly are the skills that I need to have? So if you have identified the skills that you really need to have to be a data analyst, because in data analysis and research is always about data collection, always about choosing the right people to collect data from, always about the skill on how you can segment places you are going to collect data and be able to verify the data and clean it, be able to use the tools available for you to be able to understand and clean the data before analyzing it and even giving out the report. Yeah. So thank you, Christy, for that question. I believe that one helps, and I can see our moderator Joyce doing a good job by ensuring that we understand things as they come. So let's look at how you can be able to stand out to employers. Our question is, what do you think companies look for when they are hiring people? All right? What comes to your mind? Feel free to share that. Exactly what you think companies look for while they are hiring people. But I want us to take us through these particular steps called K-TAR. So employers look for a mix of technical ability, whether it is driving or calculating coordinates. It could be teaching, it could be maybe product management. They look for various skills, and we can break them down into four segments: knowledge, experience, tools, and attitude. So when we mention knowledge, we are referring to the knowledge of the field, analytical skill, or problem solving. And while talking about the experience here, just as I mentioned, in knowledge, you look at what do you know in that industry? What the tools that are available in that industry? Can you use them? Could it be digital literacy, or what exactly do you know in that particular industry? So yeah, I want to maybe is teaching. What exactly do you know in teaching? Are you able maybe to address a class? Do you know how to plan your lessons? Do you know how to prioritize on your lesson, which one to teach first? Are you able to walk the pupils, students, or whichever class you are attending to be able to understand? So that's knowledge. Experience now involves uh, how do you do it? Have you ever you have the knowledge? Have you put this knowledge into action? Yes. Yes, I know how to operate a computer. How have you operated it? Great. I know how to drive, but how have you been driving that particular car? Is it safe? Is it fast? Is it for a long time? So experience involves how effectively are you to deliver using the knowledge that you have. How effective are you to deliver? Then when we look at the tools we look at the hard skills. So hard skills are required through formal education and training program, including college and even it could be college. This one could also be in attachment when you are attached somewhere. So the tools is exactly what do you have as a tool, the hard skill. I know how to drive. So driving becomes your tool. I know how to use maybe what exactly can we give us an example? If maybe you're working from an hotel, you know how to operate a blender. You can blend juice. That skill of blending juice is a tool. So that exactly now goes to the tool. Remember, it's SCATER: knowledge, experience, and then tools. Which tools can you operate and use? And last one is attitude. The attitude is your willingness to work, how you adopt to work situation, and when work comes up, how to adopt that particular work. Yeah, that is your willingness to work. So this, when you look at knowledge, experience, and tools, could always be used during your interview. It's something that you can defend, but attitude becomes after the interview. And this one also could always be pre-examined during the interview by asking you questions that you never expected and subject you to conditions that makes you uncomfortable just to get to learn about your attitude. So attitude is something that allows you to be able to work well with your supervisor and even to deliver a task that you have been given. What is your attitude towards work? Are you a person who complains a lot? Are you a person who maybe is always have a mindset of it can't be done? Great. So those are the four things that employers do look at. So I want to pause now to get some few questions from you. If you have any question, please feel free to share with us. Hardworking people, great. Thanks, Christine, for sharing that. Hardworking people, employers want people who are really hardworking, and that one tends to be attached to your attitude. How can you stretch? How far can you stretch when the limit is reached? How far can you stretch when the target is reached? How extra mile can you go when it is done? How extra mile can you go? Okay, without any question, we have been here for like 1 hour, but so an hour discussing navigating the world of work. So, what is going to be exactly your steps after this particular session that we have been having? Right? Today is just a beginning for you, but what that one thing that you are going to change following your attendance to this particular session? And if there are a list of them, which one are you going to implement first? Feel free to share that at the chat box there so that we may be able to learn together with you. And it is great to have you today. So feel free to share that. What exactly are you going to change? What exactly are you going to change for having attended this particular session? For having attended this particular session. There are a lot that you can do, but again, we invite you that you can always visit our chat button and put down your questions so that we'll be able to address them or share your insights. Nonetheless, you can visit our online portal for learning, Google Garage, and our moderator is going to share this link with you so that you can learn more online and be able to get connected with the things that we learn. You can always learn online for free at the Google Garage and be able to get more skills. Then you can always also give us your feedback at our feedback form that we have provided with you. Share with us what you think stood out for you and what exactly you need us to hear from you and to also get to learn on some of the things that you feel important. As I mentioned, you can go online and learn for free at our Google Garage in the link that we have just shared. So you can learn for free and get more skills and get to understand what exactly to learn. I can see Paul sharing something with us. Kama ulichoma picha na supervisor wako, unaweza bailisha referee. Thanks. Yes, yes. Referee is somebody who is able to give a good report of you. So it's not a must you stick to person. Maybe you feel you had some wrangles, but again, you can always find a way to iron out your challenges, Paul. But referees are not to be people that are permanent. You can always update them and share new ones depending on your experiences and even with the job that you are actually applying for. So as I mentioned, you can learn more online. Visit the Grow with Google digital platform that we are sharing. We have a lot of resources that we are sharing with you and be able to get to learn more. And also, as I mentioned, we are also social. We are very much social, and you can follow us on our social media handles. Just we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram. So when you follow us on our social media handles, all right, you will be able to on our social media handle, we will be able to connect with you and learn together. So without much ado, our moderator has shared a certificate, a form for certificate for everybody who attended this particular session. We shall offer you a certificate of attendance. So feel free to fill up that particular form. So for now, I want to say thank you so much for attending this particular session. And at exactly 2 p.m., we'll be meeting back here as we are sharing more on digital skill. So stay input, stay in charge. Just feel free to get some rest, and then let's get back as we are going to share more in our next session. Just want to say thank you. I was your lead moderator or lead trainer or Joseph, assisted by our moderator, Joy Atieno, together with Evans Rabada, the chat box. If there is any question that we might not have asked, we're sorry about that one. You can put it down on our feedback form and we'll be able to get back to you. But again, Feel free to carry it forward to our 2 p.m. session where we will meet and discuss more. Thank you for now. Make sure you social distance, make sure you sanitize and wash your hands. Together, we can finish Corona. Bye.